We all good? All good in the hood? Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello.
I'll be down here.
That's all right. I'm just prepping some card bases here while everybody gets notified of tonight's crafty session. It's Friday. I know it's hard to believe. The days sometimes merge into one another. It is also a bank holiday though. Maybe everybody's away, visiting their living room. Everybody's off on a vacation to the spare room. Yeah, that's kind of what happens.
I took an hour off today.
You took an hour off today, Craig? That's pretty big for you, honey. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have a lunch break, but...
So, does it count? Does it count? No, if you didn't have a lunch break, does it really count? I think Jerry's out on that one. I think we can probably agree that... No, it didn't count if you didn't have a lunch break, you silly sausage. Craigie, what should I make tonight?
What if you did, like, some handmade cards?
Handmade cards?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yay! Hey everyone! Yells is here. We've got Ashley as well. Hello! Francie is watching on Facebook. And we've got Anne and Suze. Yells says everyone's wishes they were off somewhere. Would it confuse me terribly what? If you swapped over that over there? No? Why would it? Why? Because I'm looking at the camera? That's no problem at all, Craigie. Alright, I'm going to cut down a card panel. Thank you, Craig. If there's tea going, I would be up for that. Thank you kindly. Yeah, Craft Dog is there. Hey, Jasmine. Hello, hello. I'll just share this little card that I made earlier in the week. You guys might remember I made a background, I think on a live stream, maybe it was even on an Instagram live or something, using the Dotty Lottie stencil mixed with the pinstripe stencil. And then it's been lying in my stash of like odd bits and pieces for ages, for probably over a year. And Piper was working on some of her schoolwork earlier yesterday, and I put together a card using a little crock. So I'm going to pop him over here out of the way. And Jasmine says, you never say no to tea. This lady knows me well. Mostly because she had to make me tea for several years of her life. All right. I'm going to create a card. I don't really know what it's going to be yet. I was thinking I might use the perfect day, the little kitty cats, maybe. I'm not even sure yet. But I know that I want to put on, want to use the cloud stencil. So let's see what we've got in my stash. In my little stash. Perfect day. Yeah, I think we'll use this. And I'm using my Heffy memo tape to get myself started even, not sorted. And I'm going to add a little bit of ground here to get going. Nice and subtle. I didn't even ink my blending tool. I'm just using the ink that's already on it. And then let me grab my Cloudy Day stencil. Before I go any further, I wanted to say that over on the Heffy Doodle store, we actually have a promotion on at the moment where you can get a free friend die with every order. So if you are interested in that, head on over. And also, I made a card a little while ago with, actually I'll show it to you guys if I can go find it. I made it on a live, so you might remember it. This card here, it's for one of the local moms here who is a nurse with the NHS. And everything that I used to make with this card, so Grassy Lass border dies and the cityscape stencil, the cloudy sky stencil, and the super dudes, that's all on offer at the moment as well over at the Heffy Doodle store. So feel free to go and check that out as well. And I'm going to make a little panel here with some pink cloudy skies. I think I'm going to put my kitty cats on it. I'm not sure yet. Jury's out. Sue says, adorable card. The croc is still my most used Heffy Doodle. He is so happy. He is so happy. He's actually still one of the most popular little guys, even though he is proper old school. Every time I'm doing like a reorder of stamps, I think, should I? Because obviously I need to do minimum orders every time. Like, should I? Oh, he's pretty. He's the first one I made. Like, maybe. Okay, I'll just do one small order because eventually everybody's gonna have him, and there's gonna be no more people that want him. We've got Tiffany here as well. Hello. And Vanessa. Hey. I hope you guys are all having an awesome day. All right. I feel like I want this line to be a bit more pronounced. So I'm going to come in with that pink that I've just put away, of course. Silly me. And just give it a little bit more pink along the edge. Yeah. So cute. Okay, and hopefully you guys can see that it's not too light. And I'm going to use my down the line sentiments for this as well. Ooh, I've got a sneaky. Maybe a more classic? Yeah. Let's put this away. Jasmine says, I love the elephants from your first release. Those are also still very popular as well. Bless him. All right. So I was thinking we're going to have a kitty. And what are we going to have here? Maybe sending love. sending love, or we could have hugs and kisses or hello there. I like sending love. And that's going to go right down this edge here. And I think I might actually emboss that on there because I'm just feeling it tonight. So I'll add some powder to that. Let's see what embossing powders I've got in here. This one, Pastel Glacier Mint by Wow. It's like a light blue. I think that would work really well with that. Let's try this one. So when we first released these down the line stamps, I don't think the design team quite had figured out the full range of how they could be used and things like that. And it's been really fun watching everybody come up with ways to use them. How cool is that? All right. So I'm going to go and emboss this. I'll put you guys on mute for a minute. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna bend this back into shape a little bit because the heat warps it a tiny little bit. I'll put my sentiment back on as well. So everyone, what have you guys been up to this week? Have you been having lots of fun? Have you been getting crafty? Of course, I'd love to hear all about it. So this is going to go onto my card raised up a little bit. It's a little bit bright at the moment. Hopefully you can see it. Maybe I need to turn this down a bit. There we go. It's a bit darker, the general ambiance, but hopefully you can see it. And we're going to have, I think, this little guy, because I think he's really cute. And I'm going to have the bowl as well. And I think I might put a love heart in the bowl. Why not, huh? Erna is here. Hello from Netherlands. Hello. And Sherry is here as well. Hello, Miss Lesley and all crafty pals. Hello, hello. Vanessa has been sorting out the garden shed. Awesome. It's been absolutely phenomenal weather here. It's been crazy. Ranger just wants to sit outside in the sunshine, sunbathe a little. Francie says that she has made lots of cards this week. Oh. Yells says, it's my son's birthday next month, so I started on his cards. Ooh. I can't wait to see them. Hope we're going to share them. Okay, let's get this little kitty on the go. I think we're going to go for a grey and white kitty tonight. It's C3, C1, and then I'm going to add a little bit of C0 and blend that out to 0. Oops, wrong way. That one is dead. There it is. And then I'm going to add a little C9 to the top, which really juicy at the moment. I'm really going to have to blend that out. There we go. Taranthea of Phoenix says, it was only 4 cards, but phew, that was a lot for me. And Jasmine says, I made an Easter card. I have the Unbearable Without You set out to play tonight while I watch your live. Yay! Let's give this guy some stripes. I'll darken his ears a little bit too. So cute. And Jasmine, I saw that you made an Easter card and you shared it over on Heffy Doodler, so thumbs up for you. Yay! Thank you so much. I can see you've been practicing at your colouring. It looks awesome. So I'm bringing in some blue, similar to the blue of the embossing. Oopsies. Love it. You see it? Judy says, packing up Easter treats to drop on my granddie's doorstep. I made the cutest little bunny and tags to put on the carton of eggs and the die set. Oh, that is so cool. Francie said, I'd love gardening so much, and I'd love to have a small vegetable garden too. We actually just changed our garden. Well, in the summer, as you might recall, we had a bigger shed put in to accommodate all the Heffy Doodle stuff, and there used to be a little patch, I guess, that was a vegetable garden, but we didn't really do very much with it. It was here before we were here, and we also put stones in around the edges because we did have some plants, but sadly the flowers that we had were tulips and things which were all poisonous to dogs, so that wasn't so good. So we just put a whole load of stones down on the side, and to try and prevent somebody from digging. Yelzel says, I've made one for my sister and had to sign it on her behalf. She'll pay me when she sees me. Is this an Easter card? All right, I think I'm gonna have to strip it off. It's getting hot in here. Okay, so we got a little kitty. And we have a bowl for Mr. Kitty. Let me put you on mute a second while I... while I strip off because it's hot in here. All right, I'm going to stick this down, but I'm going to stick it down with some foam to raise it up. So let's see what we've got going on over here. Got my big foam out for this. Francesca says, replying to Jasmine, yay, seems like a lot of fun. I'm currently writing some blog posts. She's multitasking tonight. Okay, so I'm adding some nice thick foam to this panel. So I cut this down just ever so slightly smaller than a 5.5 by 4.25 from my card. So we get a nice like little shadow frame almost around it. Taranthea of Phoenix says, I haven't ever shared any of my cards on social media. I'm scared. And Suze says, you should share Taranthea. Crafty people are encouraging. I agree. You want out, Ranger? You okay, buddy? You want outside? No, no, don't be sick. Where'd you go, buddy? Oh dear, I think Ranger's about to be sick. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry about that. Poor Poochie just been sick. Had to let Craigie know. Thankfully, he had the presence of mind to not be sick in my craft room. Yay for Ranger. Yes, I think you should share as well. I think most people know that, like, you got to start somewhere, and you have to just like embrace it almost, for want of a better word. That the crafty community can be incredibly encouraging. There's always going to be people who are rude, but those people who are rude will very quickly get booted out of any groups and things like that. And also, those people have no idea what they're talking about, because we all start somewhere. I wanted to see if I could add one of these hearts on here, but it's like too raised up. I'm not so keen on it. I'm gonna pull out a smaller heart maybe. I know what I'll do. I'll find the Heffy Doodle Whole Lot of Hearts dies. Oh my gosh, I just got 10,000 steps. Woohoo! Okay, let's see if I can find a whole lot of hearts. And I'll use probably this one, which is a bit more traditional heart, with some light pink card. No, too bright. In fact, I think I'm going to do it on some white card and then just ink it up. Judy says, my daughter couldn't get any Easter treats in their town. Sadness. That is sadness. I'm packing extra so she can use for their Easter egg hunt. All worked out fine. Let's do that instead of inking. She's so relieved, says Judy. Oh, bless. Vanessa says, I made 2 fruit cakes today, and half of one is gone already. I love a fruit cake. I made a fatless sponge cake, which is all sorts of deliciousness. And it's fatless. I mean, don't ask about the sugar content, but it's fatless. Taranthea says, I always take pictures. I may venture out and post 1 or 2 after they receive them. That's a good idea. We'd love to have you over at the Heffy Doodlers Facebook fan group. See if I can squeeze this in underneath. Into the bowl here. Oh no. Okay, change plan. I feel like that's too big now. I'm changing my plan. I always reserve the right to change my mind. This is an RV 000 that I'm using here, and I'm going to use the smallest size this time and give that a whirl. Is Ranger okay? Too much sun maybe. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm sure he's fine. Dogs throw up all the time. He'll just be starving Marvin now. Bless his little cotton socks. Okay, so I changed to a V 000 rather than an RV 000. Let's see what that's like. Yeah, a bit more subtle. I like it though. Stick this on here. Jasmine said, I didn't want to share either, but people's comments have been lovely. Yay, I'm so happy to hear that. It is daunting, don't get me wrong, it's really daunting. I would share with you the first cards that I made, but I think they're probably in the attic. I do have some scrapbook books down here, but my older ones are going to be in my originals are going to be in the attic, I think. So I'll have to pull them out for you. All right. So I hope you guys can kind of see this, but we have got a very simple card with a panel along the side here. It's got sending love and then a cute little kitty down there. Really simple. But I think it's a cool way to use the down the line stamps that we have over here. So I'm working on something at the moment, and this stamp set has just given me an idea, and I don't know whether it's going to work, but I might just give it a go anyway. Because if you have an idea, then it might just work out, and if it doesn't, oh well. So my idea is to use these to create a background, and I want to use a large one for the middle, and then some smaller ones to the side. Come on. Oh, these guys won't let go of me. Hi. How we doing? You okay, buddy? Ranger, you okay? What happened? Baby, come up to my chair. You want to come up here? Maybe it was too warm on the floor or something. You alright, buddy? Let me look after you, huh? I don't know what's wrong with him. Hopefully nothing too serious. Alright, so I want to do basically want to see if I can make like a heart shape, but I'm not sure if that's going to work or not. Oh, let me catch up here. Francie says, hope you get better soon. Candy says, hello, just assembling my new camera mount. Ooh, schmancy. Sherry says, Leslie, have been using tape runners to attach card front to base card, but had to use liquid glue the first time and find it's warping even after undernight under a stack of boots. Simply too much glue. Look, you don't hardly need anything at all. You need like the tiniest bit. I think that's the like whenever kids are using glue, they always use way too much. And I think it's a bit like ink pads. Like as a kid, you think you're like taught to like attack it. I'm like, no, that's not how you use an ink pad, guys. It's just not how you do it. All right, so let's see if I can get a piece of card for this. I've got, where's that leftover piece? Here we go. We'll use this. I don't know how this is going to work out, guys, so I will figure it out as I go along, essentially. I think that's too big. Maybe the sending love. Craig is trying to come into the room, but is I think fighting a moth. Are you fighting a moth out there?
Moth central.
Moth central. It's because it's gotten warm all of a sudden.
So I would definitely advise you to keep this thing if you don't want to.
I don't
Way
want.
through the moths on the way.
No, thank you. I'm not a big moth friend. I'm like the opposite. Ooh. Thank you. Bye. Okay. What color shall we go for this? Let's do blues. Fiesta blues. Okay. Hugs and kisses down the middle here. Francie says, loving how it turned out. And Vanessa says, when I saw them, I want to play around to see if I can combine sentiments and make a message like Scrabble. You know, several people have said that to me, that like to make like a word search type of thing. But it's not that easy. But you can, of course, make like a word search with just letters. But I guess you probably need small letters for that. So I think I'm going to have to do this equally. What's the word? Symmetrically. My words are escaping me. Oh, you know what I learned today? And by learnt, I mean relearned. Long division. It's been a long time since I've done long division. But that was on today's agenda for Piper's schooling. This is not really working out in a love heart shape so far. But It's still fun. Okay, maybe I love you. Let's give it a go. I love you, I love you, I love you. And then hello is definitely the shortest of all of these little down the line sentiments. So let's see. What do you guys think? Does it look anything like a love heart? Not really, is the answer. But I'm sure we can turn it into one. Sue says, I have to go. I have to cook dinner for hungry guys here. Take care and happy Easter. Happy Easter to you too, Suze. Vanessa's going to try and send me a photo. Yay. Vanessa says she homeschooled 3 kiddos and loved every minute of it. I would love to say that I am loving the homeschooling Piper, but that would be a lie. I actually, it's not that I don't enjoy it. It's just I have a business that I'm trying to also run, and I know that, well, I pretty much have told myself that, okay, I have to stop being so hard on myself and all that jazz. Just focus on her, and we have been doing that. But then at the same time, also getting people ask, when's your next release? And I'm like, okay, hold on. This is gonna shake and spill. Oh, don't do that. But also I think that this, like what we're doing right now is not homeschooling. Homeschooling is a choice. This is not a choice. We're coping. We're okay. If you guys are part of our Heffy Doodle newsletter, you will have seen Piper in our newsletter this week. I'm very proud of her. She's doing great. New release, a school theme, says Vanessa. That's a good way around it. Piper is determined that she really wants pandas. So if she comes in and I'm like, well, she said, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying to do the new leash. She's like, pandas. And she's like, it's not helpful to the creativity because she's just like, pandas. Bless her. All right, so I've used some peacock feathers there, and I'm going to now attempt to add a little tone-on-tone action using the candy store stencil. Use a heart die if it doesn't work out. Yeah, sure, we can do that, says Vanessa. Marjorie says, hello everybody, sorry I'm late. Busy with all the preparations for my daughter's 13th birthday. Yay! We're going to try and celebrate it even though it is so strange now. Yay! Happy birthday to your daughter. So last Sunday, I think it was Sunday, was my nephew Lewis's birthday. And on group chat for our family, we got a video from my brother, his dad, that was for Lewis. It was a video of Lewis, and it was them saying to Lewis, seeing as we cannot celebrate your birthday in the traditional way, what we're going to do, and I'm sure we'll regret this, is we're going to make you king for the day. And my brother had made him a cape, and on the back it said King Louis. And so he says basically he got to decide what they did that day, what they had for lunch and everything like that. So this was a video on our group chat. And then they sent a video as well of Lewis saying, for my first royal decree, I declare that today is a jammy day. So pajamas for everyone. And I showed the video to Piper, and she was like, oh, yes, I get a jammy day too. I said, I don't think so. I think that's just for Lewis's household that he gets a jammy day. And so she sent a video back and she said, King Louis, as your loyal, humble servant, we will honour your royal decree, and there will be a jammy day here in our house as well. Woohoo! And then after that, Lewis messaged back saying, oh, thank you, my humble servant Piper. As a thank you, I will make you Princess Piper for the day. So then Piper went off and made herself a crown and had a jolly good fun time just being a kid. It was pretty cool. So even though things are different, we can still make the most of them, I guess. Okay, so I use the candy store stencil, and now I'm just splattering that with a little water. Laura's here. Hey Laura! Oh, Vanessa wants giraffes for the new release. Yelzyel says, how does this isolation work with regards to Easter holiday? Is it written off as holidays for school? Well, nobody knows, because I don't think we're going to be back to school before the summer. So I would, in my own personal, I don't know for sure, but I'm just guessing situation, and I'm not a teacher, so I have no right to guess. but I would imagine that we're going to be here past the summer, and then maybe they will, like Piper's in year 4 this year, but I would imagine that they would, well, because I'm guessing, don't hold me to it guys, that she would go back into year 4, if you know what I mean. All right, let's see what we can have. Maybe some otters. I feel like I haven't done my otters in a while. She just made strawberry cheesecake. Oh, is this your daughter? No, I like strawberry cheesecake. Strawberry cheesecake is delicious. There it is. Nom. So maybe I should make this a more pronounced love heart. What do you guys think? Maybe cut out a shape, or I could do like dots using the like Nouveau drops or something like that. Would be kind of fun. Make it more into a love heart shape. Martin says everyone who works at the Efteling is allowed to drive through in the car with their family in the following 3 days. So we chose tomorrow, so we have a special treat for Elvira. Oh, that's so good. Well done. She'll love it, I'm sure. Is Francie still watching? These otters were all for Francie. Francie loves otters. Ever since she joined the team, she's been like, otters? I couldn't resist. So these guys are from the stamp set called Otter Side. Here, buddy. Okay. Which is Heffy Doodle, of course. And if you happen to get an Adele song stuck in your head, I'm so sorry, it's unintentional. Are you okay, bud? You want time? You might be too hot in here. Crack the door a little bit. 25.5 degrees in here at the moment, apparently. You want out, buddy? Be right back. Do you want out? Don't let any oh no. Don't let any bugs in, okay? What has Daddy done to my blinds? There we go. Okay, on your marks, get set, go. Good boy. right. Francie says, oh, I love them. They'll be featured on my next Heffy Doodle mini-series on April 29th. Yay! I can't wait to see that. Somebody is asking, what is the Efteling? The Efteling is, if you imagine like a Disneyland, but instead of for Disney, for like fairy tales and things like that. That's what the Efteling is. My margine works there. And that is definitely a place that is on the to-go list. When flights strike up again. So I've gone for 3 different colors of Cheeky Otters. And pretty much just a flat color. But I will add some rosy cheeks, of course. And colour in their little noses. Nice. Laura says, I spent some time in our backyard today and it was lovely. I'm sure I've told you guys before, but we don't really get the luxury of spending a lot of time in our back garden, sadly. Our neighbours next door are they're an older couple and they're both pretty much like deaf. Bless them. But as a result, they pretty much just shout at each other the whole time. So hanging out in our garden is not, and they love their garden. They're in the garden like pretty much the whole year round. So it's not fun being in our garden, sadly. I do think that I need to make a more pronounced love heart because it looks a little bit wonky at the moment. We'll figure that out. But first I need to cut down this little guy. Sherry says, Tarenthia, thanks. I knew we didn't have an Efteling in Arizona. No, it's in the Netherlands, I believe. I keep trying to get metal snips to go in the store, and I just cannot get hold of any, sadly. Maybe I need to get my own Heffy Doodle branded metal snips. Denise Ray says, where are you from? Maybe the UK. If you mean me, yes, I am actually originally from Northern Ireland, but I live in England. Let's have a look. Tina says, hi from Denmark. Yeah. On the Power is Loud Music, it says yells, yells. I think talking about my noisy neighbours. No, loud music I would be able to handle. This is like old people talking nonsense to one another and not being able to hear each other. So it's not so, it's just incredibly, it like just gets into my head. You can't really, I think with music you can kind of zone out from it, but you can't with this, I'm afraid. All right, let me see if I can find my stitched hearts. See if I can find a heart shape that would work for this, to make it a little bit more heart-like, for want of a better word. Make it more hearty. Hearty, heart, heart, heart. Maybe my hearts are up here. Yes, they are. Probably not going to fit in the shape of my, no, okay. We can make a cardboard one, maybe. Let's see. What can we do? We can maybe use some vellum or something. Where there's a will, there's a way. Isn't that what they say? Okay. So this is to the hugs. I'm gonna hope that this is gonna work. Might not. Okay, I'll try and line this up a bit. All right, that's a bit more pronounced. And I'll flip it over. And ink on this side. Some of my lines have come into the inside a little bit here, but that's okay. I'll probably end up covering that up anyway. Here we go. Is Ranger playing or barking at something? Yes, he's out. Let me go and see. What was it? Was there something in your garden? There must have been something in his garden, guys. All right, let's add this onto a card. I'm actually going to trim this down. By a little fraction. So I get a nice white frame on my card. You going back up in the chair? Good boy. Oh. Awesome. Okay, let's stick this down. We're going to go for foam again this time. Laura says, yay, Heffy Doodle for snips. Yeah, that would be cool. Vanessa says, whereabouts in Northern Ireland? Hubby is from County Tyrone. I'm from County Fermanagh. So you can ask him where that is, if it's close to him. I'm about 6 miles away from 5 Mile Town, which is in County Tyrone, but Tyrone's pretty big. He might be from the other end of it. All right, let's stick down these little cuties. I'm actually going to stick them on with some 1 mil foam. No, apparently I'm not. I'm going to stick them on with some glue dots. Cut one out and modify from there. I think you're talking about the heart. Vanessa. Yells says better. Yes, I think so. It's a bit more pronounced now, isn't it? Oh, I think I had him down there. Should have done these other way around. Hold on. Are you going to come up without causing a kerfuffle? All right. Hey, Aunt Max. How you doing? Haven't seen you in ages and ages and ages and ages and ages. I really need to book in some more coffee dates. Last week, Charlotte, my friend who comes and helps with orders and things, who obviously doesn't help at the moment because of lockdown, but she would normally be over like once or twice a week. So I was having severe Charlotte withdrawals. I was like, please can we do a coffee date? So we phoned her, I phoned her, and we had a coffee over video chat. And I was thinking, I really should book in some more coffee dates with more people. All right. So I quite like this, but I think what we're going to do is I'm going to put the word friend on it, because the friend is the die that is free at the moment. Free with orders. Just like that. And I'm going to cut it out of some craft foam. Now this craft foam actually has got adhesive on the back. So I'm going to cut this out. So let's cut this out. And actually, before I stick it on, I want to make this pink. Because why not, huh? So I'm going to grab some pink ink of some description. Let's see what we've got. Maybe a little worn lipstick will do. And this is easier to do while it's still in its little bed, as I like to call it. And there is the dot in the eye up here, but I'm not going to worry about that because that's just like way too much finickiness for me. I'm going to use a pokey tool to take out these inside bits. And stick that right down there. like that. Laura says, sometimes I use Nouveau drops instead of the dots on the eye. That's a really good idea. It is a good idea, my dear. I also like to put the Nouveau drops on top of it to like change the color. I might actually darken this up a little bit more. With some, yeah, I think I'll just stick with the worn lipstick for now. Try and go easy. Try not to get it on the card underneath. There we go. And let's see what classic sentiments I have. Or the more classic sentiments. Classic sentiments seems to cover like a lot of occasions, but then these ones are just a bit more generic. So hugs and kisses, sending happy mail friend to a sweet friend. Just a note, hugs and kisses, sending you strength, kind of like that, just for you. I like the just for you. Let's go for just for you. I swear I keep putting away that ink and then taking it out again. Should just leave it until the card's finished, eh? My attempt to be tidy. Orchid, if I miss you, good luck, give thanks, with love. You're the best, thinking of you. You're amazing. I like you're amazing. I'm gonna go for that one. Let's try that. This card is turning out really cute, says Laura. Thank you, dear. Yay. Laura was helping me earlier with some new products that we were trying to put together. I've been in such a lull when it comes to creating the new release. It's been really hard. But we'll get there. We will get there. Laura says she loves the touch of pink. I'm tempted to add some Nouveau drops now that you were talking about that. I'm like, yeah. We've actually been playing with Nouveau drops this week, Piper and I, because I don't know if I mentioned, because Piper made, I have mentioned before that Piper made some cards for donating to like a local charity thing for people who are feeling isolated and lonely. And then she was in the newspaper about it, which was even cooler. She was very excited about it. But a lot of her school friends and things were really keen and eager to do stuff as well. So Piper decided one night when she was trying to think of ideas why she shouldn't go to bed, she decided that she actually wants to create a card making kit, and how she wants to put together a little kit which could be for anyone, but it's aimed at kids, and we would include some pre-colored elements, but also some stamped ones that they could, stamped or printed, I'm not sure yet, that could be colored in, and card blanks, some card, like colored card. Oh, I've got myself blocked. So she has been making a sequin mix. Yeah, she has made a sequin mix. I'll show it to you because it's really nice, actually. Look at this. How pretty is this? So she made this sequin mix. And she's going to put this into the kit. But she is also, I don't know why, but she decided that she also wanted to put in some Nouveau drops. So I think it was an excuse to play with Nouveau, to be honest. So we have been doing little splodges with the Nouveau, and then, so this is on the silicone mat. And then they just come off really easily. And can be added down with a little bit of wet glue. So I'm going to go ahead and steal some of these. For this card tonight. So I'm just waiting on some foam pads to arrive, which is going to be part of the kit. And then she's going to put the rest of the kit together. All right, so there we go. That's card number 2. Bit of a different way to use the down the line sentiments. For those of you who missed card number 1, here it is. It's kind of a little blown out there, overexposed, but we've got sending love embossed down the middle there. Yay. Yelzel says, hope she hasn't counted them. I don't think so, because she started counting them and then she just doesn't stop talking. So I think I got tasked with that job. Put them over to the side. All right. All right, you guys, what should we go for next? I'm gonna let you guys decide. While I do a little bit of tidying up. And finally put away this pink. Well done, Piper, says Vanessa. All right, let's zoom in, or at least focus. Right, clean up this surface before we start our next card. Vanessa is off to bed. Bye-bye. And Cindy has just arrived. Hey, Cindy. What are we going to go for our next card, do you think? Let me see what I've got over here. Maybe a little ink blending. You guys know me, I love my distress inks. So let's cut down a panel. And work on my mini here. Jasmine says, you've made 2, I'm still working on my first. Cindy is all about the distress. She's happy about that, about that idea. All right, so let's see what we could go for. What color should we go for on our distress tonight? I think I might go for some purples. It's been a while. Purples, and maybe a blue. What do you guys think? Pink! purples and pink. Let's see. We're gonna go fairly light to start off here. And that's a little wilted violet. And I think I might go shaded lilac on this side. And then pink in the middle. Maybe we should go for like an Easter card or something. And pink. Spun sugar. Woohoo, pink, says Cindy. Oh, worn lipstick was suggested. I think worn lipstick is going to be a little bit too intense with these. I've blended them fairly lightly. But we'll see, because my worn lipstick is actually pretty worn. I mean, my spun sugar is pretty spun out. It's really quite dry. I think I'm going to have to invest in another one soon. I'm going to blend these into one another. It's a real nice pastel feel to it. Loving it. I'm loving the color choices, but I want my ink to be a bit more saturated. So I'm just going to keep on building up this color. And see where it takes me. Cindy says needs some oxides. I have oxides, but I don't love oxides. I love me some distress inks because I like the softness, and I don't feel like the distress oxides can give you that softness. And I know that many people will disagree, but I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that. Because I love me some inks. Oh, that's a blue. This is the right one. Cindy says, forgot about sponge sugar. Jasmine says, I use pink sparkly card as part of my card and now I'm covered in glitter. Yeah, that's a curse of glitter. I mean, glitter's pretty awesome, but it does leave its mark. This is definitely giving me Easter vibes. All right, let's give it a spritz for some more distressing. This one looks like Mickey Mouse. And one of my favorite ways to get little splatters is to just use the tube from the distress sprayer or any sprayer and tap it. You can use a paintbrush, but I never ever seem to have paintbrushes nearby that are clean. I am However, I'm going to also splatter this with some, I think I'm going to go for, I can't tell if I want to have watercolor or the ink. Maybe I should just go for some ink. So I'll tap the same ink onto an acrylic block here like this, and then attempt to find a brush that will enable me to splatter. And I think I'm going to go for some watercolor, the pink, and maybe even some white. So I have a watercolor palette here that has been used within an inch of his life, but there's still life in it. Let's reactivate some of that ink or some of that paint even. And splatter it on. One day I'm going to get the perfect size. I always feel like my splatters are too big or too small. Maybe there's a trick that I don't know about. If you guys know a trick about getting the perfect splatter, please share. Please share. I would like to know. Suzanne says, I've got to go, but just wanted to see, I just want to say I see my Heffy Doodle order is on the way, and I can't wait, yay! I can't wait either, because I know you're going to make some amazing creations. All right, I added a little more pink there using this paintbrush. You paintbrush and adjust, use this paintbrush, says Yells, adjust the size of the brush to the required size. Piper's been using far too many of my paintbrushes, and then Craig has been using some of my paintbrushes. I never seem to have a stash nearby. But that worked fine. Let's see if we can give you a zoom on this. So there's quite a lot of like texture to it, which I really like. I think it's really fun. Isn't it cool? Yeah. All right, let's add some cute little critters. Shall we go for, let's see, what should we add to this, guys? Maybe some bunnies? I still love these. This little guy is one of my favorite. He's from Mama Elephant and he's from the Page Huggers collection. Chicks, says somebody else. Sherry says, Cindy, thanks for the tip on eyeglass cleaner bottles. I have a couple and perfect size for crafting. Ooh, what's this? What's this? I want to know what the trick is. You want out again? There you go, buddy. Let's make some bunnies. Oh, it's a pretty fine spray. Nice. Okay, so that's my Page Huggers. I'm going to use the Veggie Patch. For carrot, of course. But I'm going to remove his eyes. Everybody loves carrots. Yelzia says, I like elephants. They always look cute, but bunnies are cute too. Let's see, I think we should give these bunnies some Easter sweaters. How are you going to do that without making them look funky? Maybe this guy will actually have dungarees on. Oh, it's so cute. And this one will have what do you guys think? Not sure what that is, but we'll make it work. Coveralls. Chubby Bunny says, Aunt Max, did you ever play that game with marshmallows? Mm-hmm. You did. Let's see. This one can have a bow tie on. And a pair of trousers. Maybe stripy trousers. Why not, huh? Small flower stamps create a garland around the head, says Yells. That sounds cute too. Let's see how we can make these guys work out. Looking good. I love how you can draw outfits for them, says Yells. Oh, says Aunt Max. So this is W0 for this little guy so far. And I'll find a W3 if I can. And blend out with my W1. I'll do his feet the same. And then for his trousers, I'm going to go a bit darker this time. A bit more on the denim side of things. This is B97. Mind you, I don't really know what to blend it out with. B97, B45 on my hex chart. If I can find such a thing. All right. And for the little guy in the middle, we're gonna go for a YR31, a bit more of a yellowy kind of bunny. With Y21. And YR000. Does anyone remember when you would cut out outfits, says Yells, and dress up a figure by folding over the tab? I remember that. To be fair, I think it was probably fairly like an old school thing, even whenever I was younger. But my granny, when I go to my granny's house, it's the kind of thing that would definitely be all up for that, like that kind of play. I'm not sure Piper's attention span would be held with something like that these days, which is kind of sad in a way. All right, so YR16 and Y17 for my carotens. And I'm gonna have to go to different greens because all my greens over here are dead. Dead. I found some once, says Laura. Looney Tunes ones in Kids Magazine, says Laura. I was obsessed. Amazing. I remember Christopher Allen talking about how he was going to be bringing out ones about Minnie, which is his new miniature pincher dog. I don't know whether they're released yet or whether it's still something that is in development. But he was talking about how he was working on some stamps with Minnie, the dog, and the stamps would have little tabs so you could add clothes to her. It's just adorable. All right, that little bunny is done too. And we need some outfits on this little guy. I think we're gonna go for a lighter blue for some stripes on this guy. Maybe we'll make it teal. Everybody loves teal. And by everybody, I mean me, because who else matters? Nobody. Maybe a yellowy color. And maybe a purple bow tie, but some more subtle colors over here. So This is the Spectre Noir Classique that I'm using here. And this is the Blossom color. With a little sorbet thrown in. And a little bit of RV10. And let's bring some chartreuse in. And a little, just a little stroke of pistachio to bring in that teal color. I'm glad others remember sales yells. Your coloring is beautiful, says Pam. Oh, thank you so much. It's I don't spend a lot of time on it really, but it helps to have the right kind of cardstock. And this is alcohol marker friendly cardstock by Heffy Doodle. So the bunny is from Mama Elephant, and then the carrot is from the Heffy Doodle Veggie Patch dies. So I'll just have to separate that little guy. And hold it in place with my Heffy memo tip. And run it through my machine. So the fun thing about these bunny rabbits is that they have little paws that can hold things. So I'm hoping they'll be able to hold that big carrot. Let's give this a go. Oh, you can barely even see his clothes if I do that. Maybe we'll not do that. Maybe we'll just put the carrot behind him. Let's see. What's your thoughts, guys? To make this. more Eastery. Shall we add some Honey Bunny Boo? Honey Bunny Boo. Which has gone missing. Where are you, Honey Bunny Boo? Honey Bunny Boo has got some eggs, which would be perfect, I think. Ah, there you are. To dot around. If it's going to be an Easter card. Eggs are essential, surely. And we also have some smaller carrots here as well. Which might help round out the scene a little bit more. So we'll use the same colors. For my eggs, not my eggs, my carrots. And this one got cut off at the edge. I mean, didn't stamp properly at the edge, but that's okay because we'll layer them up and it'll look fine. And this yellowy color is called Mimosa. It's actually probably not as yellow as I would like. Maybe let's try the light yellow. This one is a really hard nib. Really fine. But that's okay. We're okay with that. BG10 for just a quick color to the base of this really light bluey green egg. And we'll use Blossom. Do you guys remember Blossom on TV? I only realized not long ago that that's actually Amy Farrah Fowler from Big Bang Theory. You guys figure that one out? Jasmine says, I'm nearly done with my card. Wow, just realized the time. Yeah, that's what happens whenever you're crafting. There's like a time warp. It happens. So Jasmine, will you tell us what your card is like? Will you describe it to us, please? Would love to know. You said that you were using the unbearable without you stamp set, right? I hope you'll share your project with us on the Heffy Doodlers group. Jasmine says, making a card to cheer my friend up. I will share it to the group after. It's got a bear and lots of snacks. Oh my gosh, has everyone else been eating like ridiculous amounts of stuff? The other day I was feeling a bit blue and Craig was like, what can I do? And I was like, nothing, I just need to wallow for a minute. And then I was like, I just really want to like climb into bed and eat crisps. He was like, that's allowed if you really want to. And I'm like, okay. I have to say, it cheered me up. Martine says, my husband loves Big Bang and even has a t-shirt from it. And yes, I knew it was Blossom. I do not have to ask my husband because he is younger than me and he doesn't he doesn't know Blossom. Oh. That's funny. Jasmine won't know who Blossom was, I imagine. All right. Last one, I think. Right, you guys need to help me figure out what sentiment we're going to put on this. Maybe we'll use the stitched alphabeters. Let's see. Maybe they can hold an Easter egg. Yeah. Oh, I love it, but what I want to do is turn it into a frame. So what am I going to do? I'm going to use, I think I'm actually going to use the Clover Frames die, which doesn't really get an awful lot of love in my craft room these days for some. So this is the Clover Frames die by Heffy Doodle. I'm going to stick this onto my card. Yelzel says, I was out walking along the canal, but now too scared to do this. Got an exercise bike and I do 20 minutes plus a morning workout without other things. Awesome, good for you. All right, so this is going to go on here like this. And in the middle, we're going to put on the inside piece. Let's stick down the frame. And see what we can do with the rest of this card. How are we doing for time? I am burning up. It is hot in this craft room. I don't want to open the window because already I can see there's moths out there. Ugh. I'm going to put down the window, the blinds, hold on. All right. So let's have a look at this little scene that we're going to build here. This guy's going to hold a carrot. He'll put this big carrot down front. With a little Easter egg. This dude back a bit. And I think I wanted to, no, I'll not have him holding. All right, I'm just going to stick these down because it's getting late. Jasmine says, I need to go to bed now. I'll finish a few snacks. I need to cut out in the morning. My eyes will probably chop them in half right now. Bless you. Yelzel says, bring back my country walks. Yeah. for the best though. It's not forever. Okay, I'm just going to stick these down randomly and hope for the best. So I'm using some Zots. Oops. He's going to go here, but I'm going to raise him up. And this little guy is going to go back here like that. Let's stick some foam on him. Loving him. And this one, whom I am calling a girl, I don't know why. She's going to go at the front, I think. This is the part where it's probably a bit boring for you guys, watching me stick hundreds of things onto the project. All right, so I need to create a little collection of eggs. And carrots. I'm going to raise this one up. So it's a little bit different, got a bit of dimension to it. And she's definitely going to be raised up, of course. Oh, I need to make sure I don't put the foam too close to her feet because her feet are actually going to be up on this ledge. So will you guys be having a Easter egg hunt at the weekend? Do you think? We don't really do Easter egg hunts here. It's just never been something that we have done, to be honest. And Max says, I have learned a lot watching you stick stuff over the years. It helps with product choice. Oh, that's good to know. Yazel says, it's nice to have easy fussy cut dies. If it's very intricate, stamp them down and cut out the main element where possible, says Yels. Marceline says, just finished Elvira's birthday card, so I'm going to clean up and go to bed. I'm going to hide eggs in the garden. My daughter is 28, says Yels. If I suggested it, she'd be straight round. So no. There we go. Got a lot of debris happening over here. Look, rubbish. I think we should do Happy Easter. Because you know me, I love a good pun. Happy Easter. Okay, let's see. I think I'd like a nice light yellowy kind of subtle card. It's not quite right. Let's see if I can find a color that would work. This is really lemony. Let's give it a whirl. Oops. Not gonna work. We'll see. Aunt Max says, even though I could probably hide my own eggs and forget where they are. Probably not this year. Nice. Craig, for his birthday, his mum bought him a box of cream eggs, Cadbury's cream eggs. Do you guys know what that is? The funny thing is, it's not like it's his favorite thing or anything. I'm not really sure why he ended up with a box of like 48 Cadbury's cream eggs, but I sure glad he did end up with them, because I'm gonna do my wifely duties and make sure that I give him a hand to get through them, you know. I had one earlier. Mom. see. Happy Easter! Now, light blue, I think. Ice blast. Be light enough, do you reckon? Yeah, I think so. Easter. This is also a heavy cuts die. Yellow is cute, says Aunt Max. I think it pops. It pops, it really pops. All right, let's stick this. Denise says you're still on here. Yeah. Not for much longer. I'm just finishing up the last card. Because I got to get to my bed. Okay, just gonna chop off this little bit because he's gonna be hidden behind a bunny's ear anyway. And before I stick these down, I'm going to try and center them a bit. I think I'm just going to go for a bit more of a whimsical look with these because I'm tired. And they overhang the end here a little, the frame a little bit, so. So I'm not going to worry too much if they're a bit higgledy-piggledy. All right. I think we're going to call that there. Happy Easter. Let's bring down the other cards that were made tonight. We have the Perfect Day one with the little kitty cat. This is sending love. We have got the down the line, you're amazing friend. Needs a comma after amazing. Otherwise, it looks like it says you're an amazing friend, and obviously it doesn't say that. And then we've got Happy Easter. So there you go, we've got 3 cards, and I'm very, very warm. Denise says, what time is it there? It is 20 minutes to midnight. Yelzel says, my plates are warped beyond belief, but they still keep doing what they have to do. Yeah, they do that. They warp, but it's fine. Aunt Max says, have a good night. Have to go to a video appointment. The card is super cute. Thanks, Aunt Max. And I am going to start tidying up and saying cheerio to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for Come Craft With Me. I hope you had a wonderful time. Which card do you like the best? What did you learn anything new? What was fun for you? I always like to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know. All right, I'm going to brave the moths outside. If I'm not here next week, it's because potentially a moth got me. I'm sure I'll survive. All right, you guys, don't forget that the friend die is free with any purchase over at the Heffy Doodle store. Feel free to go and check that one out. Everybody loves a freebie. And we also have all the products used for this card is 15% discount as well. So you might want to check that one out as well. Laurie's just arrived. Bummer, I missed it. Yes, we're wrapping up. I'm afraid it's very warm and it's very late. That bottom card is awesome. Oh, thank you. Well, thank you so much, everybody. I will wish you all a very happy Easter, and I hope that you manage to get some Easter eggs of your own, and also that you get to do some crafting. Bye, everybody. Love you.